Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Morning Meta. I am yours truly, Travis Spencer. Today is Tuesday, and on Tuesdays, we do our breath practice. So, we're going to start with a grounding practice. We're going to set an intention for today. We're going to provide a quote or a centering thought, do a breath practice, and then afterwards, what we'll do is a call to action. And we'll end with we're in morning meta after that. So y'all bear with me, and we're going to have a wonderful time today. All right, let's start with our grounding. Now, the grounding practice is just a simple practice to support us coming into the present moment. And because we're doing breath today, I love diaphragmatic breathing. I try to do that every day throughout the day. The breathing pattern that I typically do now is diaphragmatic breathing. And what it does is it supports me in activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest part of the, um, the nervous system. And keeping that activated throughout the day really supports me in building resilience as I breathe. And that resilience keeps us level headed, and it can support keeping you level headed throughout the day, especially if you work in a stressful situation. So let's begin with diaphragmatic breathing to support you building some resilience through the grounding. So for diaphragmatic breathing, what we're going to do is allow the fingertips to touch at the belly. And as you're breathing in, the belly goes out from the body and the fingers separate. And then as you breathe out, the belly goes in, the fingers touch. All right. So let's do 3 breaths, diaphragmatic breathing in 3 breaths. All right. So let's begin inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Once again, inhaling, exhaling. Inviting you to allow your breathing to return to its normal cadence as we move to our setting in our intention for today. So I'm going to invite you over just the next 5 to 10 seconds to set an intention for the day. How would you like to show up in your day today? So let's begin setting that intention. I hope you set your intention. And it's so interesting. Words are so powerful. So the words that you put out at the beginning of your day, as the intention of how you want to show up throughout the day, can be very powerful. So the invitation is to continue with that particular practice, setting that intention. So let's begin with a centering thought before we do our practice. And the centering thought today is from Michelle Obama, the book, The Light We Carry. One light feeds another. One strong family lends strength to more. One engaged community can ignite those around it. This is the power of the light we carry. I'll read that again. One light feeds another. One strong family lends strength to more. One engaged community ignite those around it. This is the power of the light we carry. Inviting you to take that in and marinate on that. So, for our breath practice today, what we're going to do is we're going to do a 10 count breath practice. The count is always on the exhale, and you count up to 10 and back down to 1. And I am going to support you by setting the pace. So I'll start with the counting, and then I'll go silent and invite you to continue at that rate and pace as you do your breath practice. So we're going up to 10 and back down to 1. Let's begin. Inhaling, exhaling 1. Inhaling, exhaling 2. Inhaling, exhaling 3. 4. If your mind wanders, that's okay, but inviting you back to the present moment and continuing to count. So inviting you to take that particular practice into the rest of your day. And the invitation is to count up to 10 and back down to 1. And then when you want to do a longer practice, I would like to invite you to maybe set a timer for 2 minutes. And then each day, add 2 minutes until you're up to 10 minutes. This will support you in cultivating an ongoing mindfulness practice. All right. So our call to action today, since we're doing breath, our call to action is to remember that the breath is in the present moment. So don't forget that the breath can let you know what your mood is. It can let you know about the emotions that you're feeling. And also the breath can support you in calming if that's necessary. So the call to action is to allow the breath to support you today. All right. So as we're moving forward, I want to invite you to invite others to watch Morning Metta and to participate in Morning Metta. Leave comments. We would love to hear from you. And remember to share with friends and family and those who you believe can be supported by this particular practice. And as always, we want to invite you to begin each day grounded, intentional, and connected. Ashe.